Hey, my lovelies, it's me, author Alexandria Infante, with another review. So, today is, excuse me, today is our mainstream author review. And so, today we are reviewing a I'm not sure if it's considered a dark romance. I was going to do one, but then I decided that I needed to, because I didn't get as far as I wanted to in the book. I didn't actually get to finish it, so I'm actually not going to do the one that I talked about yesterday. So today I'm going to do another one. I think this one might be considered a dark romance too because of the fact that he won't let her leave. But this book, tonight's author is, just one second. Tonight's author is Mia Knight. And this book comes from crime. It's called a Crime Lord series, Crime Lord's Captive, and so she is his captive. Okay, so basically in this book, I'm sorry, just one second. Okay, in this book, Lily is the main character, and Lily was dating this crime lord. Now she was set up in the life, she was the. It takes place the backstory, which I kind of wish the author would have given a little bit more, but the backstory is that she dated this crime lord. It's like an entire crime family. I couldn't. I'm not sure if they're Spanish, like as in Latina, or they're Italian, because it was kind of hard to differentiate. Because at one point the father's speaking Spanish, or like she doesn't say what the Spanish is that he speaks, but she says that he go fires off rapid Spanish. So I'm not sure if they're like Spanish, as in Spain from Catalan, actually Spain, or what, or Italian. So basically, she dated this crime lord. She, like, was engulfed into the family. Her parents are kind of douchey, so these people like became family to her. And then, excuse me, she found out that he was cheating on her with like everything that had a hole, basically. And so she went down, like, there's this basement portion of the mansion that he's always told her that she's not allowed to go in. And so she went down there to confront him about the cheating, because she happened to walk into one of his clubs, because they own like clubs and casinos and that kind of stuff. And she walked into one, and he was having an orgy. And so she was just like, no, that's it. And so she decides to leave him. And so, but she wants to give him the benefit of the doubt. So she goes home and she's going to confront him. And then when she goes downstairs to this like basement part that she's not supposed to be in, she happens to see him torturing a man. And it was one of his guards. And then he winds up killing this dude with his bare hands. And so she was like, it's time to get ghost. So she left. And what she did is she rearranged her entire life. And so as the book opens, she's going by Morgan. You don't learn this stuff till you get further down into the book. But and so basically for the last 3 years, she has been on the run from him. And so she changed her life. She has a sweet little guy, that little nerdy tech guy that she's dating, and she's living her life as best as she can, trying to get rid of this like nightmare. The only problem is that she loves the nightmare. And so basically So she's, for the last 3 years, she's been living good, doing her thing. She got a little sensible job as a bank teller, all of that stuff. And then one day she comes home and she's like, what the hell? And then his bodyguard is standing in her living room. And he's like, it's time to go. And so it's like she gets this sinking feeling. She's like, oh, mother F, he's found me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, I'm not going anywhere. And then he's like, yes, you are. And then like he dials the phone, and then he puts the phone up, and it's the ex, Gavin. And so he's like, yeah, you need to come home. And she's like, no, I'm not coming back to you, blah, 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 blah. And then like he holds up the phone, or like the dude Blade holds up the phone, and then it's basically showing her father. And her father is like beat to a bloody pulp, and he's like, yeah, he stole $1 million from me. So if you want him alive, you need to come home. And so basically, this life that she's had for the last 3 years, she has to give it up. She has to basically sneak out like a thief in the night. And the poor guy that she's dating, Jonathan, he went off on a business trip, so he's never going to know what really happened. And so she leaves him a note. It's basically saying, hey, it's just not going to work out. And so she lets him escort her. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you the cover. So, I mean, I'll show it to you again, but I'll show it to you right now. So, this is the cover right now, and it's called, as you can see, Crime Lord series in Captive, Crime Lord's Captive by Mia Knight. And so basically, she goes back with him, and then, he takes her to the mansion, and it's like the worst day of her life because she's going back to something that she ran away from. And then he's like, yeah, he takes her upstairs, and he takes her to their old bedroom, and she's like, no, can I have another room? And he's like, no. And then he like sort of, pushes her in, not like forcibly, but like, gives her a nudge into the room. And then he closes the door, and then he locks it. But before he does, he's like, oh, if you need anything, just ring the phone on the nightstand over there. And so she's panicking because she's like, oh my God, okay, is he going to kill me too? And so then she finally, she's like, I want to see my dad. He comes, she's having like this dream of Jonathan, and then she wakes up, and she wakes up, and when she wakes up, she's having sex with him. And then so she's like, you pretty much raped me because I was my mind was somewhere else. And so he's like, no, blah blah blah. And so she's like, I just want to see my dad so I can get out of here. And then he like sort of laughs. He's like, yeah, that's not happening. You left me. No one leaves me, basically. And so like he takes her to see her dad. And like her dad's all beaten to a bloody pulp, and he's like sitting in this chair, like in the same dungeon place that she saw him kill the other man. And so she rushes to her dad, and this man goes, you bitch. Oops, I'm not sure if I can say that on this channel. I forgot this isn't my channel. But he goes like, you B. And then he starts cursing her out pretty much like, you left, and this is what happened because you left. And I was just like, oh, hell no. I'd have got up and walked out and been like, yeah, let's see you get out of it now. And so she's just like, she's appalled, and she can't believe like he's really saying this stuff to her. And so Gavin, the crime lord, he like puts himself in between them, and he like puts the gun to his head, and he's like, you say, pretty much say one more word to her so I can just blow your brains out right now. And then he was like, you piece of crap, blah blah blah. And then he was like, she's the only good thing that's ever come from you. And so the dad's like, but if it hadn't been for her, we wouldn't be in the trouble we're in. And he's like, no, you stole $1 million from me. That is the trouble. You stole. She is the only reason why you're still alive. And so basically, he says a life for a life. He will let her father go if she stays. And she's like, no, I can't stay here. And he's like, and so he like takes out the gun or whatever. And then so she's like, okay, fine. And so basically, through the rest of the book, she's appalled. She doesn't want to be here. She hates everything about him since she saw what he did that night. Because basically, before then, she lived in like, ignorant bliss. Her life was awesome. She had all the money she wanted. She could do whatever she wanted. Everyone knew that she was Gavin's girl. And so basically, her life was set. And then that night happened and she ran, and then she became this completely different person, and she can't deal with any of them. And so the thing is that she loved all of these people because they pretty much became a family to her. And like his father Manny is basically like the dad she never had, so she loves him too, but she knows what they all do, and she's like, I can't be around this. And so basically he wants to get her to stay with him, but he doesn't. And he's like, no, if you loved him, basically you wouldn't respond to me the way that you do. And so basically the rest, pretty much the entire book is him her seeing like the really bad side and the stuff that he does as a crime lord. And then having to basically come to terms with, because of the fact that she's in love with him, and no matter how hard she tries not to be in love with him, something happens in the book that's really, really detrimental to her. I don't want to tell you about it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But then the crazy part is that she relies on that monster side of him, the side that is quick to kill this. And then she realizes, that had it not been for that monster side, something even worse would have happened. And so she has to come to terms with that. And so she wants him to give up like the crime side. And so I'm going to stop with him saying that he will. So you pretty much have to read the rest of this book. I feel like this was a really, really good book. The only issue I had with it is like, there's this one part that reads, she talks about how he was cheating on her with other women. And then she goes, yeah, I saw him talking to some black girl once and I broke her nose. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way, because she talks about the other girls that he dated, that he cheated on her with, and like, yeah, she has the right to be upset, but I didn't like how the author wrote that part, some black girl, and so I broke her nose. That rubbed me the wrong way, Missy. And then when she referred to like the scumbags who did what they did to her, yes, they were scumbags, but like when she referred to them as at first, I didn't like the way she referred to them at first. I mean, you figure out that they're scumbags, yes, but before that, like she talks about how they had their pants hanging off their asses. That stuff kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and more than likely because I am a minority. But so. If I had to star this book, I would star this book a 3.5 stars, because the book itself was really good. I like the flow of the story. I like the fact that this character has to understand that this is who this man is. She knew that from jump when she started dating him. She was in ignorant bliss. There's no way that she could not have known all the stuff that he was doing, because he was a crime lord's son. So she knew that. She liked her ignorant bliss. And had she not gone into that, into the basement that night, she still would have been right there with him. And it was the basement, going and seeing it up close and personal, is what changed her and made her run away. Well, it also, that monster that he is and the things that he does is what saves her. So at some point she has to come to a reckoning with who he is as a person and accept the fact that she loves him. Should she stay with him? That's I'm going to let you, as the reader, find that out. Now, this book was really good. I feel like the author would have gotten a 4 stars if she hadn't put in that I broke her nose. Some black chick. That rubbed me the wrong way. So she would have gotten a 4 stars, but that is what takes her down to a 3.5 stars. Now she may not care that I said that, but I would suggest that she reword that, because the next reader might not be so, I mean, our whole aspect as authors is to include everyone. It doesn't matter if you write multicultural, interracial, Caucasian. The whole point of having readers is to have a diverse base of readers. You can't just have white readers or just black readers or just Asian readers. As an author, the whole thing is to encompass everyone. And so a line like that should really be taken out of the book. Now, she may listen to me, she may not. That's, her deal. But as a reader, I'm not coming as an author right now. As a reader, I would have scored her a 4 stars had she not had that line in there. And how had she not talked about the Hispanic dudes the way that she did. So yes. Anyway, so once again, the book is called, one more time, it's called Crime Lord Series. That's the name of the series. And it's called Crime Lord's Captive. And it's by Mia Knight. And here is the cover once again. So we start this book. I'm starting this book a 3.5 stars. Like I said, take that line out and you would get a 4 star. And that is pretty much it for this review. Tomorrow, we will finally be reading author Brian Jackson. He's waited forever for his review. We will be reading his Chaos tomorrow, or we'll be reviewing his Chaos tomorrow. And then on Sunday, this author isn't a part. Oh, actually, Miss Mia Knight isn't a part of our roster either. This is one of the books that Jen. Remember, I told you when on the days that we don't actually have a submission, Jen will send me authors off of Amazon or Barnes and Noble or whatever. And this is one of the authors that she sent. She liked the cover, and so she sent it over. And so once again, the book is called Crime Lord Series, Crime Lord's Captive, and it's by Mia Knight. I'll show you guys the cover one more time. And the book gets a 3.5 stars. She would have got a 4. She wouldn't have put that line in there. And so, tomorrow is author Brian Jackson with his Chaos. This is what we will be reviewing tomorrow. Author Brian Jackson. And the book is called Chaos. And then on Sunday, we will be reading. She isn't a part of our roster either, but I started reading this book, and then I figured I may do the review. I'm not sure because Jen is reading it at the same time. I don't really read YA, but so far it doesn't have any of the stuff that like makes me uncomfortable because I'm an adult and a parent. So she's reading it right now. I was sort of reading it as a backup in case she has some issue to where she can't review it. Hopefully she's going to review. So this is her review choice for this week. She isn't a part of our roster, so if anyone out there knows her, let her know that Jen is going to review her book, and it's called Midnight Rose, and it's by Danny Hart. And this is the cover. I really like that. It's so cute. Kind of reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, because it had the rose like that too. So this is who Jen is going to review on Sunday. The book is called Midnight Rose, and it's by Danny Hart. So if anyone out there in YouTube world knows her, let her know that that Jen is going to review her book. And then tomorrow we will be reviewing author Brian Jackson. I think his is a YA too. I started reading it and it kind of sounds like a YA. So, basically, we're going to review it tomorrow anyway, even though it might be a YA. Because of the fact that he's waited so long to have his book reviewed. And then I will let you know on Sunday who we will be reviewing on Monday. So don't forget, authors, if you have already submitted your book, and you would like to submit another book, you go right ahead. Just same thing. Send it to Jen at the Multicultural Romance Latina email, and then we will go through them. And that's pretty much it for tonight. Once again, the book was called Crime Lord's Captive, from the Crime Lord series, and it's by author Mia Knight. There's that one dude that's on every freaking romance cover. I don't find that guy attractive. I've seen him he is on so many covers, like black, white, Asian. It does not matter who the author is. That dude is on their covers, and I do not find him attractive at all. But I don't get the hype. I just really don't. But anyway, so that's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I love ya. And don't forget, click that subscribe button down there. If you are new to our channel, make sure that you subscribe. Click that bell so every time we upload a video, you will get it. And if you are an indie author watching us for the first time and you would like to submit your work, please do. All you have to do is click on one of those submission videos down there somewhere, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to know, exactly what we review and what we don't review, and how you can do it. And that's it. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a new review.